decades. And I said, one of the things I thought was, are they trying to drive people away from the VHI? And he told me he didn't anticipate more than 5% or 4% of the market, of his market, would actually leave as a result of these pay cuts, or price hikes at least. But what will happen is people will switch to cheaper policies, and that will ultimately save the company money.
Now, people may, though, be reassessing that loyalty that you spoke about and that Jimmy Tolan seems to think is assured. Do Aviva and Quinn have plans comparable to VHI's B and B option? And what do they cost at the moment?
They do have those kind of plans. Now, for instance, the Quinn Healthcare has policies which cost, and now they'd be broadly similar to the Plan B options and Plan B, and you'd be looking at spending around €700 on the policies. But what people, it's very hard. I mean, as you well know, Miles, it's a hideously complicated area, that the health insurance market. There's more than 200 different policies available spread across all three providers. So it would be dangerous to say, well, this policy is identical to that policy, because what people should do is they should go onto the Health Insurance Authority website, or they should contact the Health Insurance Authority over the telephone, and they should try and establish then what policy suits them, because but it is undoubtable, or it's undeniable, that both Quinn and Aviva currently are offering comparable plans to Plan B and Plan B options for considerably less than the VHI. But I think both, and I think this is an important point, both Quinn Healthcare and Aviva have been quite disingenuous over the last 24 hours, because they've been beating their chest and saying, oh, this is terrible, how can the VHI do this? But the reality is that the VHI, Jimmy Tolan is correct when he said that the health insurance market is broken, because the Aviva and Quinn Healthcare have a disproportionately younger customer base, which means that their costs are much lower than VHI's.
And is it a possibility, or is it a probability, that Aviva and Quinn will simply raise their own premiums pro rata, with a lot less of the fuss and bother which is always associated with the annual VHI increase?
Oh, well, I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, people need to remember that the three health insurers have annual price increases traditionally, and traditionally Quinn have announced their price changes in November. The VHI have announced their changes in early January, which probably isn't the smartest move because it's a quiet news week. And then Aviva announced their price increases or price changes in April. So last November, Quinn Healthcare announced that they were increasing their policies by an average of 7.9%, which isn't insignificant. I would expect, although I mean Aviva would obviously not say it, but I would expect Aviva to be increasing their policies come April. So I mean there is a significant degree of price inflation when it comes to the health insurance market.
If you're in your 50s or your 60s, are Quinn or Aviva obliged to take you on?